existence so wild, disgusting and awful. Why are you all so miserable? Summoning demons, evil doings with no real reasons. Government officials practicing and sacrificing rituals. You deserve all the hell. Only time will tell.
Hello. So, listen. We are doing our first episode of a podcast right now, okay? I might have to, well, I don't know. But anyways, so Chris is going to come in here in just a minute, and we've got a banger of a compilation of videos to show you and talk about today, okay? I don't know how, okay, bear with us because I don't know how to set up another mic. So what I think we're going to do is I could wear, maybe, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this, but we're going to do it anyways. Okay. Because I got a banger to watch. Hang on a second. Babe. I got to go get him. He's an asshole. Hang tight 1 second. Shh. Oh, son of a bitch. Baby Tates. Baby Tates. Babe. Chris. You coming? We're gonna pull up a chair by me.
You doing this?
Yeah, it says I don't know how to do another mic. I gotta figure this stuff out. So just had to share it. As far as headphones go, maybe we could just leave the headphones out. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to have mics. You know what? Yeah. Bitch. Asshole. Okay. There's 12 people in here? What the frick? All right, how you doing? Listen. We're figuring stuff out, but I'm going to start the banger. All right.
Real quick.
We don't have to have headphones if we don't want. Oh, while you're doing that, they know you're here. I told them.
Hi, everybody.
Chris is here.
Hello.
Can you pick up my microphone? It fell down. I'm dumb, and I tried to walk out with my headphones on.
You gotta screw it back in.
No, I hold it.
You hold it onto it?
Yeah, and then when you have something to say, you can hold it. Not that disgusting asshole. What the fuck? I'm trying to do a nice stream. He fucking. At least he didn't fart. You know? Gotta look on the bright side. Oh, here he is. See him? That's him. All right. He's going to be the next Jeffree Star. Just you watch. Yeah, on your show, on your yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Watch what happens.
I am doing YouTube, Twitch, and hey, main chick. Hello, bitch.
Hey, main chick. How are you today?
How are you? You're my member of the video. Oh, I shouldn't tell you that, huh? Shit. It's supposed to be a surprise. Okay. Whoa, bitch. Damn. I'm gonna take this out. Hey, food stamps. How are you? I am not a man, but thank you very much for being here.
In the last 6 years, we've had a global pandemic. Turned out to be bullshit. Nobody cares. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. We find out that aliens are real. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. Nothing happens. A global pedophile ring. Nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. We found out all the politicians are basically inside trading. That's how they make $140,000 a year. And then by the end of their fucking term, or just in a couple of years, they're worth like $240 million. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. And nothing changes. Found out the president actually was fake.
I'm sorry.
Nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. 9/11 was staged. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. Nothing changes. Like this is like from the year 2020 to 2026, like every other day is like a conspiracy theory being proven right. But nothing changes. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. The whole Somalian thing. All these politicians that are like stealing billions of dollars, they don't get in trouble. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, yeah, of course we all give a shit online and we're like, I fucking told you. Blah. But it's like literally like nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. No one gives a shit. Charlie Kirk that guy totally did not just kill him. Like that one fucking tranny dude did not kill him. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gets in trouble. Like it's like we started a country because Britain was charging us 3% tax. Now we pay 36% tax. Nobody gets in trouble. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. Like it's like, I think that's the most infuriating thing about finding out all these conspiracy theories that we've had. Oh, Pizzagate. Pizzagate's fucking real. Nobody gets in trouble. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. It's like, it is so mind-boggling how they've like changed and manipulated the way our society and social norms are by just like releasing an overload of information that we're just like, I told you. I told you. It's like, I just don't understand. We should be taking these people into the fucking streets and like executing them. Like, I mean, seriously. Like that's like what we should be doing. That's what our fucking great grandfathers and great grandmothers would be doing. I just don't understand how we find out these life altering conspiracy theories that turn out to be true, and nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble, and no one gives a shit. It's like, it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. I mean, what are your thoughts? It's fucking crazy.
What do you think, guys?
And I told Ellen that I needed to have friends. She said she did not want to have a girlfriend that needed that. And that is the day I left. Why do you think she tried to put me in an institution, folks? I called my mother. Guess what? 2 people who want.
Ellen is disgustingly like evil. And then to hear her ex-girlfriend say this, and then all of a sudden she passes away. But if you look next, they're going to show her trying to get out of the gurney, and they're saying she passed away. I don't understand it really, but all I know is Ellen has turned out to be absolutely disgusting.
Have you seen her pictures recently?
Oh, she looks crazy now.
Now that she's not able to, consume.
Yeah. I know Ellen looks like Nosferatu.
She does, bro. No lie. 100.
I love you so much. You're so right.
100, man. Looks like Nosferatu straight out the motherfucking tomb. Like, man.
For real.
Girl.
I love it.
Go put that foundation with
more than anything
with
to
the-
have my truth buried. It was not my time.
Connie Heche was just starting to expose her ex-girlfriend Ellen DeGeneres when she died in a bizarre car crash. The toxicology report showed she was sober, and when they pulled her from the wreckage, she wasn't dead. She was trying to get off the stretcher.
Anne Heche has died. Her vehicle ran off the road at a high rate of speed and collided into a house in LA last Friday.
But what's even scarier than this video of Anne struggling to get away is what happened just weeks before she died.
Yes.
Anne was talking to Ellen's DJ Twitch, and she warned him to watch his back. But next thing you know, just 4 months after Anne's fatal car crash, Twitch dies too. He supposedly took his own life just days before Christmas. No warning, no note, just walked from his home one morning and was found dead hours later in a nearby motel.
Yeah.
You want to hear a crazy coincidence pertaining to history? December 5th, 1664, a ship sank off the coast of Wales in the Menai Strait. 81 people on the ship died, and there was only one survivor, and his name was Hugh Williams. December 5th, 1785, a ship sunk in the exact same spot. Everyone died except one person. Can you guess his name?
Hugh Williams.
Hugh Williams.
What?
August 5th, 1821, a ship sank in this same spot. One survivor, Hugh Williams. August 19th, 1889, a coal barge sunk, same spot. Except this time there was two survivors. Can you guess their name?
Huey and Hugh.
Both named Hugh Williams.
That's
By Hugh Williams.
How is that possible?
It seems like this guy's like a time traveler.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta fix this.
Because he's like, I got to stop this ship.
Do you think Jeffrey Epstein was a spy?
I believe very strongly he was a spy, yes.
And who do you think he was working for?
The Israelis. I'm confident it was the Israelis.
Why?
I love this guy, John Kiriakou. He's an ex-CIA agent, but he wasn't for the torture program after 9/11. And so he was a whistleblower on that situation. And they actually ended up putting him in prison. I forget for how long for that. And it's crazy because it didn't happen right away. It was like later that they came out and were arresting him. At first, they didn't press any charges. There was nothing going against him. But he's really, really smart, and he tells a lot of interesting information about the CIA. Hi, my boy. Ooh, you want to say hi? Here.
I gotta get a chair over there, but so.
Say hi to Say hi to everyone. That's my boy. Baba. 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 Look at the camera. Mommy's baby boy. My baby. I just want my boy. Okay.
Back up. Come on.
Watch out, Baba.
Come on.
Daddy's got to come. Baba, my love. He is. He says, I love you too. Hello, how are you? Oi.
All right.
How's this?
Hi,
for
everybody.
today. It'll be different soon, but
Indeed. Indeed.
all right.
Jeffrey Epstein is kind of
Working pretty good today, but fingers crossed.
the stereotypical example that they give you in training for what's called an access agent. This is a different kind of recruit. So, for example, if you're a foreign intelligence service and you want information, like close-in information from a former president, from the CEO of the biggest company in the world, from a member of the British royal family, you're not going to recruit these guys. You're not going to recruit Bill Clinton or Bill Gates or Prince Andrew. So you do the next best thing. You recruit somebody who has regular access to them. And that person that you recruit is going to need to make these people feel comfortable and appreciated. And so you give him plenty of money. So he has this house on an island, or he has the whole island. And maybe you bring in young girls, you get them in compromising positions, just in case you need to use what's called compromat, compromising pictures. We know now that Jeffrey Epstein's house on the island had video cameras, hidden video cameras in literally every room, including the bathrooms. Why?
That's so crazy.
Why would he care what was going on unless it was to use that information against people? As I said, only the Israelis and the Russians use extortion as a motivator.
So would they have made Jeffrey Epstein rich?
Yeah.
In order to give him that access?
Yeah.
Yes.
How could they have done that?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, you do. Governments are the only ones really that can launder money unfettered. And you can also do it through real estate, through fine art, and through horses. Those are the three easiest ways.
Oh, don't do that.
To launder money today. Fine art, real estate, and racehorses.
But presumably,
I'm like, why
he would have spoken out at some point, no? He would have said something, or...
No. But it would explain why he got a sweetheart deal in 2006. I mean, this is a guy that's been convicted of child sex crimes. And he gets 6 months of house arrest with an ankle bracelet? We have mandatory minimums in this country. That's a 5-year mandatory minimum, first offense.
He definitely had some interesting power, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
I know, it is...
Alex Acosta, who was the prosecuting attorney at the time and then later became Secretary of Labor under Trump 1, Alex Acosta said that he was ordered by the Attorney General to give Epstein the sweetheart deal. Well, who's the only person that can order the Attorney General to do something? It's the president. So was it because Epstein was working on Clinton? Most of the people down there were Democrats. I mean, what was the reason?
Maybe he was working for the US government.
It's possible that he could have been doubled against the Israelis or others. Sure. Sure, that's possible.
If you had to bet, what would you say? If you had to bet everything you have on either him being a spy or not a spy,
yeah,
what would you bet on?
He was a spy. I feel very confident in that assessment.
Yeah,
I debated Alan Dershowitz about this on the Piers Morgan show one time. It was Scott Horton and me who said that he was an Israeli spy. And it was Alan Dershowitz and General Danny Ayalon, the former head of Mossad.
He was all about making the perfect race, just like Hitler. He believed that the people from Israel were the perfect people. And that was one of his things, was trying to put his DNA out all over. So he kept impregnating these young girls, not only to sacrifice the babies themselves, but to also have his kin out there, you know, dragging out his name or his DNA, basically. Right?
Right. Yeah. And hey, so you know how they're saying Israeli?
Ayalon was kind of
right.
Who are we partnering with?
That's
right
what I'm
now?
saying.
Yeah. Who are we in partner with right now through all this bullshit? Coincidence?
To it in terms of having a fun time. He was just having a fun time with the conversation. He wasn't going to admit to anything. Dershowitz was Epstein's attorney. So I said that I believed Epstein was an Israeli spy. And Dershowitz interrupts me, like attorneys do. And he says, that is outrageous. Right. If he had been a spy, he would have told me, because I was his attorney, I could have gone to the White House and I could have gotten him a better sentence. And I said, wait a minute. You could have gone to the White House to say, go easy on Jeffrey Epstein because he's an Israeli spy collecting information from American politicians? If I were the president, I would have hung him from a tree.
Whenever we move.
And then Piers Morgan said, General Ayalon, was he a spy? And he goes, who knows?
Who knows?
It's like, come on, man.
Who do you think is the real adversary?
Come on, bro.
Gyro.
I think it's China.
Why? What is it that we don't realize about China and their agenda?
Oh, wow, so much. And the Chinese are so patient. You know, in the United States, we don't have long-term timelines for anything. When we want something, we want it now.
Is that in part because we have this 4-year election
Yes, I believe that it is. The Chinese will plan for something 25 years down the road.
Because they'll still be in power then.
Yeah. And so, you know, they're really good at stealing technology. There are more Chinese PhD students in the hard sciences here in the United States than you can shake a stick at. They're everywhere. They're at every major university, and they're really, really smart. And then oftentimes they'll say, oh, you know, I've had such a great experience here. I'd like to stay in the United States. Yeah, I bet you would. I bet you would. So you can spy for China.
Do you think that's happening?
Yeah.
Every single day.
You think that Chinese students are in America spying on behalf of China?
Yes. Yes.
How could you be so sure?
I'm 1000% sure.
How could you be so sure?
Because we frequently arrest them and then trade them for Americans who are in Chinese prisons. Yeah.
And they're masquerading as students.
Mm-hmm. PhD candidates, always in the hard sciences. Always.
So China are the long-term adversary. And what is it that China want? What is it they're doing? And what is the outcome?
I think they want a couple of things. I think that on a more immediate basis, they want reunification with Taiwan. It's going to happen someday. Even the Taiwanese will tell you, yes, we're a part of China, but we're kind of not a part of China. We're not really independent, but we are kind of independent. Even American policy is that Taiwan is a part of China. And eventually, someday, they'll be reunited.
They will.
If you want the truth, you have got to concede that everything is a lie. History is a lie. Education is a lie. Jobs are, jobs are a lie. Money is a lie. All of it is a lie. Every single thing, it's a lie. And they lie to you because you believe them every time. I'm 26 years old, and for me to deconstruct every single lie that they had told me, it's taken me 7 years. But more specifically on things that are happening right now, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, that took me 4 years. 4 years. 4 years. How is it that the people before us haven't done the same? It never changes. It never changes. It is always for them. It will always be for them because they see us as cattle. We are goy to them. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about all people.
I'm watching this freeze, man.
Oh, I think.
Take this information as you will. This for entertainment purposes, all alleging, in my opinion, personal claim. Pay attention. Everything's a lie.
Didn't die on stage, but something definitely got passed on that night. His last show was really emotional. Fans were literally calling
Oh, it's already at the beginning. Hang on, guys.
PhD students in the hard sciences here in the United States.
Thank you for waiting for the guys.
Itself is about like grief and evolution.
I'll just stay here.
He nails this. And some say that it doesn't feel like a performance, but it rather feels like a ceremony. Backstage, Ozzy tells him, go conquer America first. And that's not casual. It's a mission. It's like a king blessing his heir. You can even see during this part that Youngblood is on his knees, bowing to him. And yes, he is a king of music, but also maybe this is a little deeper. People noticed Youngblood looks like a young Ozzy and an early Kelly. And at certain points, Kelly and Sharon have literally said it. It's not like vibes. It's almost like they're checking if this like transfer worked. In the funeral video, Ozzy touches Youngblood's forehead and right where his third eye is in his forehead. And in occult symbolism, that is a spiritual trade-off. Legacy, power, energy. The Osbournes don't hype anyone up like this. But with Youngblood, it's socials, interviews, shows, they are loud. It feels like more than support. Maybe they have chosen him. Do you think there was a spiritual transfer? Do you think there was a ritual that worked? I'm over here for me to read the victim of a serial killer's diary. Ozzy didn't die on stage, but something.
Epstein was spotted in South Florida. He is still alive. The following discovery may make you question what you're seeing. Recently, a video that went.
Tell me that doesn't look like Jeffrey Epstein. I am saying that looks like him. And I swear to you, the person that they brought out of that hospital did not look like him at all. So this one just has me fucking like baffled. Especially driving around with your top down, and it's gotta be him. Like, I don't know. Right, mean? And it is really sick and twisted though, too. Oh, I wanted to put your comment up there. But yeah, it's just, you know, I can't even bring it to words how like sick it makes me. You know what I mean? Did you find some food?
Viral on social media set the public ablaze. The man who was supposed to have died in 2019 was seen driving a vehicle in broad daylight, completely at ease. We compared this so-called recent sighting with old photos of Epstein. The match in biological features and the fact that both images show an identical mole in the same spot on the face has led many internet users to reconsider. In this age of artificial intelligence and deep fakes, that mole's position and shape seem almost too perfectly replicated. As a man who held countless secrets about the world's most powerful elites, do you really believe he would be easily disposed of, or would he take his own life out of desperation? While many may choose not to believe it and dismiss it as a conspiracy theory, the Epstein case itself is filled with impossibilities. With the recent release of numerous Epstein documents, more unknown details are emerging, pushing public suspicion to new heights. If the man in that car is indeed Epstein, then who was the body in the prison back in 2019? What do you think?
We allegedly have Erica Kirk on wiretap audio, supposedly scheduling underage girls for Jeffrey Epstein. There is a leaked Department of Justice wiretap audio. People believe that the lady scheduling the underage girl is Erica Kirk. I'm going to show you my screen recording where I literally click on the link from the forums that takes you to the DOJ website. And I did cut some parts out of the audio that like you could not understand, and I also did isolate the voice so we could hear them better. So I go straight from the forums, click the link, goes to this audio.
Hello? Hey, what's up? Nothing. I talked to Jeffrey, and I'm going to his house tomorrow morning, and I'm taking my friend. He's going to set something up for you now.
Well, like, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow morning when I go to his house about it.
How much? Like, would I get paid to last time?
Talk to him. I'll talk to him tomorrow, and then I'll bring you in the next day and you can talk to him about it. I don't know. I don't know. You're going to have to talk to him about it. I mean, I don't really work for him like that. I just bring girls to him and they work for him. So you're going to have to talk to him about it. That's what I'm saying. When you work for him, I'll bring you in and you can ask him before you work. Like, what can I do to make more money?
Yeah, well, like, if I'm not a
the more you do, the more you
I know.
The more you do, the more you
does.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know. Talk to him about it.
Want me to bring my sister?
the look in her eyes when she like looked at that one interviewer told me right away, like she's got to be some kind of fucking unholy, I should say, demon.
For you, so like you could get paid more or something, or how much a girl?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm working tomorrow, and me and him are gonna put a schedule together for you and your sister. So I'll call you tomorrow when I leave Jeffrey with the schedule.
All right. Well, I can. What time so I can get the phone?
Okay. Well, what time? Well, why don't you? Okay, I'll leave you a message. That's fine. I'll leave you a message tomorrow. All right. Bye.
DOJ wiretap is supposedly from 2005, 2006, Palm Beach PD. So if this was 2005 or 2006, that would mean she was around 17 or 18 years old. I don't have audio from that time in her life, but we do have the Amazing Race audition tape that she did in 2015.
Go to bed at like midnight or sometimes even later. And then when we are here in Tulsa together, we don't go to bed the first night until like 3-ish because we stay up talking because it's like a slumber party.
Right, you're catching up with your best friend.
Does it kind of sound like her? Yeah, guys, but it's kind of hard to assign from the same time period. And do some people have like really similar voices? Yes. So I really don't know.
I was browsing through more of the files today, and I discovered an entirely new set of photos that I hadn't seen before, featuring a young girl who I have never seen identified. So the photo set starts off, in my opinion, looking at the files with this picture, which appears to be a plane landing somewhere that's incredibly green. I believe obviously this is in America. Then we get to this photo series, which features this little girl in a dress, and she seems to be somewhere with her mother. Now, I have no idea where this is. I don't know who this is. I do not know who's taking these pictures, and I don't know why they are in the file. However, this is just speculation. This shadow to me, let me point it out right here. This appears, in my opinion, to be Ghislaine Maxwell. That's just what I'm getting from the shadow, but that's just my interpretation too.
And the way she's standing.
I believe that this might be a young child as well, standing next to the little girl. It seems like maybe her older brother with this Stanford shirt on. But I don't know. These appear to be photographs of some sort of a public event in a park. But as you can see, here are more images of the young child. Here she is by a railing. This to me appears to be in New York City.
Pause this real quick.
City. She's playing by the railing, and I think that's
no.
Epstein top left, correct? I mean, it's got to be. And also, he's got the Little St. Jeff.
Wait a second.
Okay.
All right. A lot of people were taking pictures for Epstein. This could have been a girl that, you know.
Yeah, but he's got the little St. Jeffrey pants on.
Right. That's what it'll be all part of it. Like, check out this one. Check out this one. You know what I mean?
Well, no, that means he's with her. Because it's little St. Jeff on it.
Okay, I see this little St. Jeff. Are they on the island?
Pants on.
No.
Custom merch for his own property. I've always thought that was really strange. Interesting too that it's not called Little St. James here. He actually calls it Little St. Jeff's on his pants. Just weird. Imagine owning a property and having custom merch printed for your own property that you actually wear out in public. It's so strange. And yeah, this appears to be in the mother's hand. It's some sort of claw on an island. I wasn't able to do and reach to this. If you guys know what this would lead to or where this is, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, there are just so many children in the Epstein files, so many innocent kids, and only God knows what happened to these kids. For all I know, these kids could have had a totally normal childhood and nothing strange or nefarious ever happened to them. Epstein was always surrounded by kids. I mean, look at the pictures from his mansions and his houses and on the island. He had framed photographs of trafficking in the younger variety of children, but until the DOJ or FBI actually gets off their asses and investigates, we won't have those solid, concrete answers. And even if they do investigate, I have a feeling that we're never going to get the truth.
Right.
No,
so strange. And then there's a photo attached. I mean, to me, this seems dark, and it seems like it needs investigating, but we're never going to see that investigation. And then obviously you might have seen this one, but I just had to bring this up again. Sent to Jeffrey Epstein once again by an unnamed individual that is redacted. This shit shouldn't be redacted. It's illegal for them to have made this redaction, but who cares, because this administration breaks the law 24/7 every minute of every day. In 2014, March of 2014, somebody wrote to Jeffrey Epstein from their iPhone and said, "Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty." So to me, that sounds like someone discussing the rape of a child, and it sounds like Jeffrey Epstein provided that rapist with that child so that the child could be molested. But according to the DOJ, that's not what this means. Whoever sent this, totally innocent. We should never investigate whoever sent this. Who cares? That's what the DOJ is saying. If you don't think that the Department of Justice, the FBI, Donald Trump and his administration, if you don't think that they're all pedophile protectors yet, I don't know what's possibly going to wake your ass up. Because right here, this email alone should be enough to open up an investigation. And yet they're not investigating. They're not opening up anything. They've even stated that they're never going to open anything up again. Same with this email and the thousands upon thousands of other highly suspicious emails found in the Epstein files. Anyways, though, y'all, as you know, I'm going to keep updating you guys and keep you guys in the loop when it comes to the Epstein files, so follow along if you want to join me on my journey.
They ever say they might kill you?
They threatened to kill my little girl, who, when I left, was still at the house.
A friend?
Huh?
What little girl?
My little girl, Alex. She's about 4 now.
You mean you had a child?
Yeah.
How old were you when you had that child?
11.
So Jeffrey Epstein was a father to this baby, and that's allegedly the mother. Here's the alleged happy family. This photo, included in the files, shows Epstein holding a baby in his arms. This is what Jeffrey Epstein confessed to one of his victims to a picture of a blonde woman inside of his New York mansion, according to the Epstein files released by the DOJ. In the files, the woman who claims she was essayed by Epstein for years since she was 18 years old told investigators that the PDF file had pointed to a photo of a blonde on a bench and claimed she had given birth to that baby. And Epstein allegedly kept a sculpted mold of the woman's torso on display in his Manhattan mansion, describing her as, quote, perfect, according to the FBI account. Handwritten notes from this victim reveal her claim that the disgraced financier raised the idea of having a child with her during a visit to his Palm Beach mansion. And allegedly, Ghislaine got really pissed off about this. There were lots of victims in this Palm Beach mansion, and just as many in the New York mansion. The photograph was allegedly displayed inside of his Upper East Side mansion in New York, where he entertained a lot of his guests as well as his victims. It's been a long time alleged that Epstein secretly wanted to father a child and regularly said that he wanted to seed a new human race with his DNA. His brother, Mark Epstein, insists that all these claims are not true and that Epstein did not have a baby.
They're saying that the Island Boys are his.
Yeah, I know.
Island Boy.
I hate conspiracy theories that run amok, but you know, a former CIA director is the one who came up with the term conspiracy theory, and it was a way for the CIA to discredit people by making them sound like crazy people, when in fact there was such a thing called MK Ultra. There was such a thing called, Operation Grasshopper or MK Chickwit, or the CIA did crazy stuff from roughly 1952 to 1975. For example, they experimented with a virus that they released in San Francisco. They waited for an unusually foggy, like heavily foggy day. They released it into the atmosphere just to see if it would make people sick. And 11 people went to the emergency room with this rare upper respiratory infection. And then they were like, high fives. Yeah, it works. And then they started experimenting with LSD.
I am not now and have never been suicidal. Everything I'm about to say is for educational purposes, and they are all facts that you can look up for yourself. There are 13 royal families that have been around for literally centuries that have been influencing global policy and financial banking. These 13 royal families consist of some very powerful members. All of these members are either 30th or 33 degree ranked Freemasons. 30% of all US presidents have been Freemasons, including our very first president of the United States. Washington, D.C. is a Masonic occult symbol that starts from the White House. As an aerial view, you can see the pentagram and you can see the Freemason symbol. The Statue of Liberty was created by a Freemason for the Freemasons, and even on the Statue of Liberty's book, the date is not when the country was founded, it is when the Freemasons off branch, aka the Illuminati, was founded. Again, look this up. Right, turn over your US dollar bill and you're going to see a bird on the back. That bird originally was going to be a phoenix. This is a Freemason symbol that originated in Egypt from the stonemasons. The phoenix represents rebirth. That bird on the back of your dollar bill, go ahead, count those wings. You're going to see 30 feathers on one side and 33 feathers on the other side, representing the 30 and 33rd degree of the Freemasons. Circling back real quick, why the pentagram? Pentagrams actually aren't bad. They're symbols in astrology. If the pentagram at the top of the star is facing up, that means that the spirit is over the materialistic world. But if it's flipped and it looks more like a goat, that means that materialism is over the spirit. How the Freemasons use this as materialism over the spirit. Finally, 2 weeks ago, Iran burnt down a huge statue of Baal. Baal, of course, is a demon that requires child sacrifice. Baal was covered in Masonic symbols, literally covered in them.
Jeffrey Epstein said in a leaked email he represents the Rothschilds. Rothschilds means Red Shield, and they represented the Red Cross since its inception. They've been funding it. Why have they been funding the Red Cross to help survivors of war whenever they fund both sides of every single war in history? It's a human trafficking operation. That's what it is. The Red Cross reported over 284,000 missing people, which marks a 70% increase in the last 5 years. And in the Iraq War, anywhere from 250,000 to 1 million people went missing. You can blame that on war, but I don't think that's war. I don't think that many people go missing just because you can't find their remains. I don't think that happens that much. In northern Nigeria, children make up like 40% of the population, but they're like 75% of the missing cases that are reported. So why do you see this discrepancy in everywhere that America and the Red Cross are fiddling around? Why do you keep seeing that? You keep seeing it because it's a human trafficking ploy ran by the Rothschilds. The worst part of all of this is you have good American people who are sending their money to this organization thinking that it's going to help children or survivors of war, and in reality they're probably just using this money to fund all the bullshit that they do. Because think about it, how do these people control the world the way that they do? They need money, so they have to be running some sort of operation where they're constantly racking in money. We literally had like what, $3 trillion go missing on the day of 2001 or I mean on September 11th when those attacks happened. Why do you think all of this stuff happens? They're constantly like doing these little loopholes to that what I'm doing or whatever I'm on. This whole about Epstein, I think it's much deeper than that. And what I mean by that, I will explain this because I think it's important. What I mean by that is I think they're using this Epstein and all these celebrities who have been there. They've definitely been there.
You were?
Yeah.
Right, but they're using this entire situation to focus the public's attention, because if you're focusing on this one thing, they're taking the attention away from all the fucking other islands that there are, because I guarantee you there's a shitload. There's more than Epstein, okay? You heard them. Epstein was a representative of the Rothschilds. They just picked a new one. Why do you think they killed him? It was probably them.
What to say about that one? Rothschilds are evil people.
Evil people, all the way up around.
It's all about.
There were some files missing.
Yep.
Did you see the chart of the years that they're really missing from?
Mm-hmm.
And we can see that there is a massive gap between the years of 1999 to 2001, when You had the tech bubble blow up and the Lewinsky impeachment trials happening. The election of 2000, the highly contested election of 2000, John Kiriakou.
Yep.
And then in 2001, you have the worst terrorist attack in United States history in New York and DC and in the skies that fell over Pennsylvania with United 93. And suddenly all these files are missing. But John, we did get an email from 2003 that slipped through the cracks. This is from 2003. Someone named Ed Epstein sends an email to one Ghislaine Maxwell saying any interest in being on the Shadow Commission on 9/11, the membership list is secret. She responds, thanks for the invite. Unfortunately, I cannot be on the Shadow Commission.
A Shadow Commission. It takes my breath away.
Crazy.
One of the creepiest and weirdest conspiracy theories says that for the last 100 and
It's all supposed to happen.
Yeah, it was all supposed to happen, and then that what that means, a Shadow Commission is like they were investigating like the FBI and all that. They were gonna get, you know what I'm saying?
This is crazy. Yeah, going after it because the FBI, all of them had something to do with it, man. It was all
definitely
all part of it. They need to be investigated.
Yeah, but they never will be. Nobody will go to jail because they'll call some statute of limitations issue or whatever, and it'll,
some dumb shit.
40 years or so, many of the most powerful men in the world, and it is only men, gather at this secret location to perform a ritual in front of a giant owl statue. The place is called Bohemian Grove, they say, and attendees include almost every former president, CEOs, any power player in society. They gather here once a year in front of the owl and the bonfire. But the weirdest and most chilling part of all of this is that it's totally true and not controversial. You can go to Wikipedia. It's now it's all it even in the photo from 1/7. There's all this sitting around the table. The ceremony, people dress up in costumes. The giant owl statue is called the Owl Shrine, and it has speakers and audio equipment inside of it so that it can speak to them in a booming voice. One of the first meetings to discuss the Manhattan Project happened at Bohemian Grove. And yes, it's still in operation. Recent attendees include Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. This, by the way, is why I so strongly dislike fake conspiracy theories, because you don't need to make things up. Powerful people are weirdos.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
And he does it right in front of them. And he says, like, yo, bro, like, I'll switch your wife out and I'll put another one of your wife in her side of her body. And they're walking around. This is what's going on. It's no longer, like I said, it's no longer spiritual. We figured out how to, come on, exchange the soul. Control the vessel. So if I have the vessel and I'm just nothing but spirit, I can ruin your life. That's what everybody has been going through. So everybody, they can't recognize it unless you say things like the switch. So when they watch that and they see that there's other people that can identify other than me, it's not just me playing games. It's the truth.
All the conspiracies that people thought were crazy are actually coming true. Check this out.
Y'all, so I grew up with a conspiracy theorist father.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy to think how so many conspiracy theories that if you said in maybe like 2011, 2012, 2013, people would look at you like you're crazy.
Yep.
They're all coming into fruition, if not have already came into fruition. Right? If you were to tell people, oh, listen to you and they're like using that to program you.
We know that's a fact
they would look at you
now.
like you're crazy. But now it's common knowledge that our phones listen to us and use that in order to advertise to us. If you were to say that there's a new world order that's being put into place in order to make basically everybody slaves, to make the rich get richer, people would look at you like you're crazy. Now, like, oh my God, that's just internet fodder. If you were to say that